listening to the Texas Strangers. Here are your hosts, David Carson and Ryan Gano.
Welcome back to the Texas Strangers. The Atlanta Falcons are getting a new stadium.
It's already been done.
It's
about to open, right?
Yeah, we're next season, not this season, but the following season. The Mercedes-Benz Stadium's coming in.
Woo, gotta be nice with the Benz logo.
Oh
on it,
man,
right?
it has to be. Ball-in, shot calling right there in the home of Atlanta, Hot Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta, but Hot Atlanta is doing something right.
They said, hey, we're going to make it affordable for our fans. Ryan, when you go to Cowboy Stadium, and you know what? I have the prices right here.
Okay.
How much does it cost to get a soda?
Do you want to be able to refill it or not?
It really doesn't matter. Let's say no.
$5.50.
$5.50. What if I want to do it in
That's
Atlanta?
probably, what, 16 ounces?
Something
16
like
ounces
that.
For $5.50? I mean, you can get a 16-ounce bottle for $1.
Right.
Almost anywhere
Oh,
else.
it's $1.75 usually if you go to, your convenience store or something like that.
Right.
By the time you put the tax in there and all that kind of stuff, $1.75 for a bottle.
Okay, but we're not talking with tax even on these prices, so $5.50.
Okay.
But
usually the tax is
Right.
already included.
Right.
So, but in Atlanta, a regular Coca-Cola, $2. And guess what it has? It has two little asterisks right here, and it says, comes with free refills. Hey, Cowboys. Jerry, how much is my refill?
Well, maybe Jerry could get the city of Arlington to subsidize half of our cost of our soda and bring it down. Even then, it's still at $3.75, so we're still above Atlanta pricing. But this is a.
I don't see the free refill.
I know with the souvenir cups, at least at the Mavericks games, which I've been to one recently, I do know if you buy a souvenir cup, it's free refills for the whole game. So I usually when I get there early, I grab a souvenir cup early, pay my $6, $8, whatever arm-breaking amount, and I get there early so that I get my money's worth to some degree here.
Okay, so I'm going to hand you this sheet right here. Now, let's say if I want a Bud Light. I'm in Atlanta. I want a Bud Light while I'm cheering for the Atlanta Falcons. It's going to cost me $5. How much is it going to cost me here in Dallas?
Just $10.
Oh, double.
Double
The price.
Yep.
Okay. Popcorn. In Atlanta, it's $2.
Let's see. What is that at Jerry World? Popcorn's going to cost you
Okay, I know.
$5.75.
Okay, this is what when we host the state title games, Texas state title games. This year it wasn't at AT&T Stadium. It was down in NRG Stadium in Houston.
Okay,
and which was, come to find out, a fiasco. It didn't.
Should have gone to Jerry World.
Well, they couldn't do it because the Jets were coming in. They played the Jets that weekend, and that's the reason why they couldn't host the state title games. Okay. Jerry charges the UIL, which is the uniform.
Now
I'm at a blank of what it actually is.
Basically, the governing body of
Texas. So anyway,
the University Interscholastic League. It's what it stands for.
Anyway, Jerry charged them just a little over $100,000 to put on. This is a 3-day event from 11 o'clock to past midnight.
Okay.
Of football games that are going on. And this is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that's pretty affordable for
right
for all the teams chipping in.
The quality of the stadium. I mean, you look at how many fans you can accommodate.
Right. And Houston, now once again, I will throw this out there. I am a Houston person. I'm from the Houston area.
You can tell by his lack of H in the word Houston.
But $500,000. I mean, they just gouged the UIL. So, and they also got the food prices brought up. But what I was getting to is when I go, when Denton Geyer was winning all those state titles, they won back to back, and Allen won back. They went back to back to back
with former Florida State defensive end Mario Williams Jr. Right, or Mario?
Yeah. But anyway,
he played at Florida State.
I think it was for $10.50 or something like that. I bought a little Cowboys reusable popcorn. So
Mario
Edwards Jr. Anytime that I wanted to go refill my popcorn, I got a refill, but it cost me $10-something.
For the refill?
For the cup.
For the whole thing. Okay.
Right. So that's what I survived on three high school football games.
Okay, so I mean, when we look down this list, from alcohol to soda to snacks to food, it pretty much comes out that the Atlanta is halving the cost of Jerry World.
Oh yeah, and they say they're still turning a profit.
And actually, what they're doing is they're even trying to do the same things with the vendors they bring in. Right.
So if Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or any other restaurant that wants to come and be part of the Mercedes-Benz, whatever they charge going through their
drive-through or their counter, their restaurants outside of the stadium,
it has to be the exact same price.
Which, when you look at sports venue costs across the board, it just seems ridiculous that they could do this, because we've been told for so long at sporting events, this is just the cost of, they have to pay to be in the stadium, and they give you all these reasons of why it's costing all that it's costing you.
The reason why they lied to us about everything that's going on. But, here's the same thing even at the Texas Rangers ballpark. Okay, have you ever had a boomstick? Now I heard this thing is huge, but it's $26. It's a oversized hot dog, basically what it is. Now there's a whole bunch of stuff on it, but would you buy
$26? I would never pay that.
No.
But I know I've paid, $12, $14, $16 for chicken strips and fries that aren't even as good as the fast food restaurant I could go to when I leave the stadium.
And right here it says jumbo dog, $5. And where is my hot dog right here in Atlanta? I bet it's like $2. Classic hot dog, $2.
What they were saying is that for a family of 4, I think, you could feed your whole family at the game for like $27, I think is what the article said.
Right.
And you could barely feed one person. If they got a food, a drink, and a snack, like a main meal, a drink and a snack, you'd be at $27 for one person.
Right. And once again, I get free tickets to the Rangers games. And when we go to the concession stand, it's still pricey.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's usually we go to Dollar Dog Night now. So
well, and that's the thing. Most of these places, they have to have events for people to really want to splurge on concessions. And why they do that is they lower the hot dog price, but then you still pay $8 for your soda or whatever. So it's kind of a big scheme. In general, soda and popcorn are two of the biggest profit margins in the United States. That's why popcorn has escalated so high at movie theaters and all of that. It's because it costs so little, and people will charge it because of the convenience of where they're at. Right. That they can just put it through the roof. And it's unfortunate because they're pricing out people who can barely afford, let's say you can barely afford to get your tickets to get into the game. Right. You're splurging to take your son on his first baseball game, and you could barely afford the tickets.
You better take out a loan.
They're still probably, you better take out a loan if you want to eat.
Make sure that credit card's paid off before you go there.
Dad, can I have a hot dog? No way. I don't have $12.
You ever see those commercials where cigarettes when the guy pulling his tooth out? You can buy a pack of cigarettes. They're making fun of how expensive cigarettes are getting. That's how it feels when you go to a ballpark game and let's go to the concession stand. But I pull my teeth out.
I do hope that Atlanta Falcons taking this step to be competitive and cheaper. I do hope that this is something that affects stadiums down the road.
Just because of this, I hope they land a Super Bowl, because I know they had a Super Bowl before in the Georgia Dome. Matter of fact, I think the Cowboys won a Super Bowl there.
As we've talked about before, I don't really have a football team as my favorite. It's whoever's on my fantasy football roster. But the Atlanta Hawks, for their concession price, they're very easily climbing that list right now.
Are they George Jefferson? Are they moving on up
to the east side?
All right.
Next, we are going to talk a little bit about trouble in Waco.